Welcome to the Idaho Fishing Report. Whether you are planning just a couple of hours or a full weekend of fishing, this is your one-stop place for all the information you need to plan your trip. It's all right here, from weather forecasts and reservoir levels to the latest stocking reports and expert advice. And now, the host of Idaho Fishing Report, Jeff Cullers.
Well, hello anglers, and welcome to another episode of the Idaho Fishing Report. I am Jeff Cullers, and I'm happy to be along with you. My favorite weekend of the year. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. Jordan Rodriguez from Tightlines 208 joins us as he talks about one last trip to those alpine lakes. Of course, I've got your reservoir level and boat ramp information, along with your stocking updates and your fishing tournaments. So sit back and relax, anglers. This is the Idaho Fishing Report. All right, let's start over in the Magic Valley like we do each and every week. Sunset will be around 7:58 p.m. That's right, no more 8 o'clock sunsets. We're in the 7s. All right, the temperatures are fall-like. It's going to be highs on Friday of 78 degrees. Over the weekend, mid-80s. And then by Sunday, it'll be 90 degrees. And then it starts to drop back down again as we get into later in the week. Highs in the mid 80s on Monday, highs in the upper 70s on Tuesday, and then we're going to see mid 70s Wednesday and Thursday. Now, the clouds are going to start to build on Monday. By Wednesday, you'll see some afternoon thunderstorms. So just keep an eye on that. The winds look pretty calm. The only day you're going to have to worry about is on Saturday. You're going to see about 16-mile-an-hour winds. Your reservoir level and boat ramp information. Lake Walcott is sitting at 77% full with an elevation of 42.43. The boat ramp is open. Little Wood all the way down to 28% full with an elevation of 51.87. But the boat ramp is still open. All right, stocking. Thorn Creek Reservoir and Dog Creek Reservoir will get about 2,000 fish stocked. And then Dirks Lake will have 4,500 fish stocked. Fishing tournaments. Sorry to say the fishing game website had nothing listed. I know they're in there because I've seen them last week when I was doing my research, but unfortunately it's down. So go check that out and see if you can find those. All right, joining us as he does each and every week, journalist, owner, and creator of Tightlines 208, Jordan Rodriguez. Jordan, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What is that Tightlines 208 hot tip of the week?
Well, I got a quick one here for us this week, Jeff, and that is, I'm going to say, last call for alpine lake fishing.
Yeah.
And but with that being said, I don't know if September is on the list for a lot of folks, but it definitely should be. It's plenty warm up there still, and if nothing else, you know, there's probably fewer crowds now that people are back in school and things like that. So you know, lots of room to roam, and if you're willing to hike a couple miles, you probably have a lake all to yourself. I just fished one over Labor Day weekend, and it was just awesome, you know, catching those West Slope cutthroat all colored up, super aggressive, you know, smashing minnow patterns and coming up to hit topwater hoppers and things. It's just really phenomenal. So definitely keep that on your September list of potential fishing destinations. I will say, you know, I started off by saying it's plenty warm enough, but if you're going up, and especially if you're going to be camping and spending the night, you do want to bring those layers because it is chilly in the evenings and mornings. But once that sun gets up, you know, you're back into the 80-degree range and, you know, plenty comfortable for fishing alpine lakes.
That's so funny. So I remember when we first moved here, you know, almost a decade ago, I had gotten here early, and then my wife had joined me in September, and I said, listen, I found this really great place it's called Stanley. We can go camping. And so off we went. And I had been in June and July and August. I had taken just a thin blanket and a sheet and a blow-up mattress. That was the last time we went to Stanley camping in September without at least 20-degree sleeping bags, if not 0-degree sleeping bags. The dog was so cold, he was snuggled up in between us, and we went home the next day. So we learned a hard lesson that night about making sure that you stay warm. So I think that's really interesting. One of the things I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the podcast is this is my favorite weekend of the year to fish. You've got that September full moon coming up this weekend. And it's going to be, to me, this is my favorite weekend to go fishing. That full moon in September, because October rolls around, right? You start getting holidays happening, and you got Halloween and Thanksgiving, and to me, this is my favorite weekend right here. So I think that's great. Get up there and do some of that alpine lake fishing. So I think that's a really great tip.
And if you do, bring a float tube, and that's all I'll say on that, because it is such a huge advantage. We've talked about it on the show before, I know, to get out away from the shoreline.
Yep.
Have the entire lake at your disposal. It is by far the best way to do it. So get your float tube out, pack it in there, hit you some alpine lakes. Can't go wrong.
Outstanding. Well, I think you probably did a little fly fishing when you did your trip on Labor Day weekend. And so if people want to learn a little bit more about that, they have an opportunity with that coming up too, don't they?
Absolutely. September 28th, we have Learning to Fly, fly fishing class. It's kind of a 101 entry level type of class. We're going to cover all kinds of things on gear, strategy, different flies, all of those things, locations here locally. And on top of all that, we have professional fly casting instruction for all of the attendees. And so it's all coming up on September 28th, Learning to Fly. We've got a handful of seats left for that.
Yep.
So check that out at Tightlines208.com.
And of course, one of the things that we're doing is we're winding down our seasonal podcast here on Gem State Fishing, is we are going to give away a seat. We've already secured it, so don't worry about that, listeners. But if you want to try and get a chance to win, I will tell you we've had quite a few responses for that, but get your name in there. And if you want a chance to win a seat to that class, we're going to be giving it away here very, very soon. I'm going to give it through the weekend for people to get signed up for that. And you can get out there and take Jordan's class. Well, Jordan, we appreciate you joining us this week. And go out and visit him, fans, at Tightlines208.com. That's where you can get signed up for the class. Or if you're at the GemStateFishing.com website, go to the links page and you will see his right at the top of the page. Jordan Rodriguez, owner and creator of Tightlines 208. Jordan, have a great weekend.
Likewise. Appreciate it, Jeff.
Thank you. All right. Well, big thanks to Jordan there. And exciting news we have. We have an opportunity now. If you want to help support the show, you can do that through Patreon. We have a link on our website. Just go to gemstatefishing.com, click on the Patreon site. Here's some good news though, listeners. If you sign up to be a Patreon, there's a lot of advantages that you get. Like you will get the podcast before anybody else does. But also additionally, we're going to give you a discount to any of Jordan Rodriguez's Tightline 208 classes. Plus, we're going to give away a seat in every class that he has in the coming year, simply because you're a Patreon listener. So if you'd like to support the show, you can do it for as little as $5 a month. And you can do that to help us continue to grow, and you get some great discounts, and you also get some great advantages. So go to gemstatefishing.com, click on the Patreon page, and become an Idaho Fishing Report patron. I just want to remind you, this is the last weekend to get signed up for that Jordan Rodriguez class, so get it in by Sunday. We'll pull the winner on Monday. Let's head over to the Treasure Valley, starting in Mountain Home. Sunset will be around 8:03 p.m. Again, just going to see some very nice temperatures Friday and Saturday, in the low 80s on Friday, upper 80s on Saturday, 90s on Sunday. Start to drop back down, 89 on Monday, 83 on Tuesday, and we're going to see that continue all the way through Thursday with your upper 80s for your highs. Winds are going to be pretty calm, except for Saturday. You'll see 17-mile-an-hour wind. The chance of rain starts to pick up, though, on Mondays. We start to see partly cloudy skies rolling in, 15 to 18% chance Monday and Tuesday, a 50% chance of rain on Wednesday, and a 22% chance of rain on Thursday. Over in Boise, sunset at 8:05 p.m. Again, same kind of temperature pattern, 83 on Friday for your high, 89 for your high on Saturday. Sunday, high of 92 is going to be the warmest day of the week. Monday, it starts to drop back down into the 80s. And Wednesday gets all the way down to 79 for your high. You'll see that scattered thunderstorm possibility on Wednesday and morning showers on Thursday. The winds are calm here in Boise all week. Nothing above 8 mile an hour all weekend or next week. Reservoir level and boat ramp information for the Treasure Valley. Anderson Ranch up just a little bit, 78% full with an elevation of 4175. All boat ramps are open. Arrow Rock is down to 3129. Looks like both ramps are still open though. Lucky Peak is sitting at 43% full with an elevation of 2920. We are down to 2 usable boat ramps, Turner Gulch and Spring Shore, Maine. Lake Lowell down a little bit to 43% full with an elevation of 2519. All ramps are open, and just to remind you, Lake Lowell closes to fishing on September the 30th. All right, stocking. Lots of stocking in the rivers and small ponds, but nothing really major, nothing over 500. And that's your report for the Treasure Valley.
Hey, guess what, listeners? We have a new website. That's right, it's gemstatefishing.com. Go there to check out all the links because you can get all the information we provide here. You can also contact us through the site.
Time to take a drive up the Double Nickel into the Cascade area. Sunset will be around 8:05 p.m. All right, highs in the upper 70s on Friday. Low to mid 80s all the way through Monday. And then we're only going to see highs in the upper 70s on Tuesday and then lower 70s on Wednesday and Thursday. The temperature low is going to be in the 30s and 40s. So if you're going up there and planning on doing a little camping over the weekend, pack some warm weather gear. Going to be sunny all the way through the weekend. So that's nice with nothing more than a 1% chance of rain and 6 to 9 mile an hour winds. It's going to get cloudy though with a 15 to 20% chance of rain Monday and Tuesday. We're going to see almost a 60% chance of rain and scattered thunderstorms on Wednesday. Also scattered thunderstorms on Thursday with a 40% chance of rain. Let's look at that boat ramp and reservoir level information. Cascade sitting at 62% full with an elevation of 4817. All ramps are open except for French Creek, Buttercup, and Siskra. That's right, we added a new one. Siskra is now closed. Deadwood is at 46% full with an elevation of 5302. That Cozy Cove boat ramp, however, is still open. Man Creek all the way down to 19% full with an elevation of 2845. We lost the south boat ramp this week. The north ramp is still open. Kind of the same thing again here for that Cascade area. Lots of stocking in rivers and small ponds. Check out Fish and Game to see what they have in your area.
Hey, do you want to be part of the show? Email us with questions or your fishing report from your last trip. You can email us at gemstatefishing208@gmail.com. Want to send me pictures of your fish? Send it to myfish@gemstatefishing.com. And if you have questions about the show or want something answered, email us at questions@gemstatefishing.com.
Let's take that trip over to the Snake River Reservoir area. Sunset will be around 8:23 p.m. All right, Friday and Saturdays, highs in the mid to upper 80s. Sunday and Monday, we'll see highs in the lower 90s. They drop back down to the mid to lower 80s Tuesday through Thursday. Sunny all weekend long with no chance of rain. Friday, you're going to see some winds about 13 mile an hour, but after that, it really calms down for the rest of the week. Start to see those clouds start to build up on Monday and Tuesday, morning showers on Wednesday, scattered thunderstorms on Thursday. You're going to see a 40% chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday. Brownlee is sitting at 2044. All ramps are open except for Spring Recreation and Steck Park. Reminder that health advisory is still being issued for Brownlee Reservoir due to the harmful algae bloom caused by the high levels of toxic algae. Please use caution in or near the water. See the Southwest District Health Department's advisory for additional information and resources. There are no stocking to report for that area. And of course, again, the fishing tournament site is down at Fish and Game, so I don't have any updates there. That's it for the Snake River Reservoir area.
You can find us on Facebook groups, or you can follow us on Twitter at Idaho_report.
This is my favorite weekend of the year as the harvest moon rolls around. So called, as farmers are able to cultivate late into the night, that old harvest moon. Now, next month, ironically, is called the hunter's moon, even though it's illegal to hunt at night in most areas of the country. We are into the full moon of September. Like I said, it's my favorite time of the year to fish. So you're going to see your first peak time between 2 and 3 a.m. over the weekend. That's going to be in the excellent range. You're going to see a second excellent peak around 8 p.m. this weekend. You'll have two good peaks at 8 a.m. and 3 p.m., with the latter being the better of the two. All right, as we get into the early part of next week and we move away from the full moon and into the last quarter, those peak times really drop off. Your best fishing will be in the early part of the day between 4 and 6 a.m. You'll see another peak between 4 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon. There's going to be a mid-morning bump between 10 a.m. and noon as well. Well, you know, it can't be my favorite weekend of the year and not give it an A, because it's perfect. It's the perfect weekend to get out and go fishing. Just watch out for the winds on Saturday. In most areas, you're going to see some of those gusts can get up to 17 miles an hour. That's really kind of the only downfall for the weekend. I will say, as we get later in the week, that's going to go down to a B, maybe even a C as you get into Wednesday and Thursday, depending on the area. As we work away from the full moon and we start to see that storm system roll in Wednesday and Thursday. So if you are out later in the week, just be careful, watch out for lightning strikes, and be careful, my friends. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any fishing updates for you because I was in Vegas for work over the week and didn't get a chance to get any lines wet, but we are planning on getting out this weekend and doing some fishing. I was going to go Saturday, but I'm a little cautious with the winds coming in. We're taking out our small boat. That can get kind of risky out there where we headed. But hopefully have some fishing updates for you next weekend. Well, that is going to put the wraps on another show. Man, big shout out to Jordan Rodriguez from Tightlines 208 for coming on board and giving us those tips. Make sure you check him out, get signed up for his class, or go to gemstatefishing.com and get signed up to win a ticket. Remember, you have through Sunday night to get signed up. We'll announce the winner Monday morning. I want to thank you for coming along. It's been fun. This has been a great year. We will start to wind down this podcast in October. As the fishing kind of dies off and people are really getting kind of geared up for the holidays. But I've really enjoyed you being here and look forward to talking with you each and every week. Thank you all for your support and for downloading the podcast or visiting us on our YouTube channel. You're awesome. Thank you for coming along. And I'm Jeff Colors, and I'll see you on the water.
We would like to thank you for listening to the Idaho Fishing Report, and would like to remind you to visit our website, gemstatefishing.com, or you can find us on Facebook or YouTube. I'd like to thank our sponsors, our guests, and experts, as well as you, our listener, for making this show possible.
This has been an Old Man Studios production. Join us next week for another episode of the Southern Idaho Fishing Report.